Hey guys, what's up, and welcome to Logan's Linux Adventure, Episode 1. So today I'm going to be covering my first impressions of Lubuntu and my switch from Windows 10 to Lubuntu. I switched for a couple of reasons. First being I didn't like the direction Windows was going, and second, I was genuinely curious how this would turn out. So here's my Lubuntu and what I have done with it. So first thing, right off the bat, boot up times. Oh my gosh, is it fast? Sorry. It's way faster than Windows. Windows takes like 2 minutes to boot up on my system. I'm sorry. I don't have an SSD. And it takes like 30 seconds to boot up Ubuntu, and it takes like 2 seconds to log in and get to the desktop when it takes like a minute to get to the desktop and for everything to load up. It's like a ray of sunshine in the forest of Windows. Sorry about that, I go weird sometimes. And what genuinely surprised me was just game compatibility. Like, the last time I used Ubuntu, well, it's updating Steam. The last time I used Ubuntu, there was so little support for games. I had like 3 whole games in my library that actually worked with Linux. And it just amazes me how much progress they've made. I have 3 games that don't work now. 3 games. 3! That's it. And Battlefield 4, but that's different. That's like a standalone title, which there's not enough people behind Linux to get them to support. So yeah, Steam has not been sitting doing nothing for the past year. They have been at work, working hard to get the support that Linux really needs. Battlefield 4 just won't support Linux. I don't think they will until people actually start getting behind it, till there's actually a user base to please by putting up Battlefield 4. So what I like about LXDE, which is the reason I'm using Lubuntu specifically, is because it's Ubuntu with the LXDE desktop environment. What I like specifically is the customization. This is not stock, by any means. I'm using the Numix icons, the Numix circle icons to be exact, and the Numix theme, which I think it looks really, really good. I think it looks better than Windows. You'll never make Windows look like this unless you theme it, and that takes registry edits and lots of time, and maybe even a breach of terms of service, which might get you sued. So yeah, I don't advise theming Windows 10. I really enjoy this. It took me like 20 minutes to theme it. It's not that long. I've only had a couple problems, which I'll talk about right now. Compositing. So you have to have a compositing program to do visual effects on the desktop, like this the dock bar I have down here. And so with a compositor, you have to have things set up. So if you have a compositor running and you're running a game, it's rendering in-game, compositing in-game, then compositing with the compositor you choose, which is a problem, because then it's compositing twice, and Compton, the compositor I use, really is not optimized for games. It's just not. Period. Like, I tried to run Alien Isolation with Compton running in the background and compositing Alien Isolation. I got 10 FPS. Shoot me, that's bad. So I turned Compton off, stopped compositing, which to do that you have to log out and then log back in, which is kind of a pain. I still haven't figured out a way to exit out of Compton without completely crashing my desktop. So yeah, there's that. And it's just, you have to do jump through a few hoops to get it to work properly. But otherwise, I get 60 FPS in Alien Isolation, which is the same thing I get in Windows 10. That's great. I love it. The app compatibility is one thing that is really lacking in Linux. There's not many apps that you would normally use, like Premiere Pro, not available. I'm using Kdenlive, which is not bad. It's actually really, really nice. I'm really enjoying it actually. But the only thing is, there's no NVENC support built in, so I can't stream. I can't stream right now. That's just not a possibility because I don't have a high-end CPU which can encode videos and game at the same time. Like if you look up here, I'm using 94% of my CPU usage just rendering the desktop and my face. That's it. And there's no headroom for gaming. So that's out of the question. Setup time. It took me 3 days to get to the point I'm at. And I feel that it was totally worth it. Like, look at this. This is beautiful compared to Windows 10. Like, I absolutely love it. And I'm not being... I'm trying my best not to be one-sided, but compared to Windows 10, geez, is this pretty. In the amount of learned experience you get from just setting up Linux is priceless. That will always stay with you. It pays to know how things work, especially computers. Computers are definitely getting more and more into people's lives. Like, if you don't know how your computer works, you're not going to be able to fix it if something breaks, and you'll have to pay out of your nose to get it fixed, which is always a problem. So, it's completely worth the setup time, in my opinion. The only thing that's truly frustrating is if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. The NVIDIA graphics drivers are extremely frustrating to set up, and just graphics drivers in general. Like, it comes with Novu, which is its default graphics driver, but the problem is it doesn't know how to handle discrete video cards. It doesn't know how to set the fan speed correctly, it doesn't know how to throttle correctly, it doesn't know how to do the whole not cool and quiet, that's the AMD thing. It doesn't know how to do GPU boost, it doesn't know how to do anything. You can't game on it. Like, with a graphics card, and I have a nice graphics card, I have a 750 Ti. With a 750 Ti, I could run, with the default graphics driver, 1 FPS in CS Source. That's ludicrous. I can get 120 now with compositing. So, there's that. Basically, Linux is something you have to do, in my opinion. IMO. It's something that is very much a valuable skill, because I feel that it is going to go places. I feel like it's going to blow up. So all I have to say is just do it. Try it at least once, and just see if you like it. I love it, and I mean, I'm kind of already on that level because I've used Ubuntu a couple times, but not to this level. And I just have to say I'm thoroughly enjoying my experience. Linux is a great platform, but there is some support issues, and that can be cleared up. If there's enough of a user base, they're going to have to start developing applications for Linux. That's just how it's going to be. So I encourage all of you just to try it at least once. If enough people switch, I'm confident that Linux will have a fighting chance and might even be the next big thing. There's plenty of opportunities. It's just, we've just got to utilize them. So, in conclusion, I enjoy Linux. I really do. I'm enjoying my time here. Just the problem is, I have to recompile. I have to compile OBS myself to include NVENC support, which is complete bull, but life goes on. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Also follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/jerkerjerker. There will be a link down in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'm out. Peace!